All right, so we're going to skip the next couple of problems on this handout, and we're going to go from A, which we just did. We're going to go all the way to the letter E, the one that I highlighted in yellow. It's a bit more challenging. So it's here on the board. C2H4 plus O2 yields CO2 and H2O. Let's see what we need. First things first, here's my arrow. Draw a line here. Separate your ingredients from what you're going to get, your reactants from your product. Then let's take inventory. Let's count what we have. We have here a C, we have an H, and we have an O. Let's copy this in this order over here. C, H, O. Again, it's written in a different order. Right here we have a C, and then we have O, then we have H, then O again. Well, first of all, you don't want to write it C, then O, then H. You want these letters to line up. It makes it easier to compare. And if you're wondering, wait a minute, if the O shows up twice, shouldn't we write two O's? No, an O is an O. We're going to count how many oxygens there are. So we don't have to write the O one time. Again, just whatever you wrote down on this side, just copy it down. Okay, let's put a number into each box. Always start off with the number 1. Okay, never put a 0. It doesn't make sense if you have no ingredients. You got to put 1. The mistake that some people make is they're like, well, I'll put a 2 or 3. No, you mess everything up. Start off with 1. That's like the rule. Let's count. C2 means there's 2 carbon. 1 times H4, 4 hydrogen. 1 times O2, 2 oxygen. Let's go over here. 1 times 1C is 1. 1 times O2, that means we have 2 oxygen. 1 times H2 means there's 2 H's. Now here's where it gets a little tricky for some people. 1 times O means 1 O. We already have 2 O's, so we're going to have to add 1 more O. And the reason why we're adding it. See, there's 2 O's over here plus 1 O over here. So 2 plus 1 would give us, we have 3 total. The reason why this one's challenging is because of the fact that when you are looking for oxygen, the question is, do we change this one or we change that one? And sometimes it involves a little bit of strategy, sometimes a little bit of luck. The main thing is, if you ever get stuck and maybe you pick the wrong one, if you keep going back and forth, after like 5 minutes, nothing's working out, stop what you're doing, erase everything, start over. But instead of like picking one box first, try the other one. You might get a different result. Okay, you might actually stumble upon the correct answer in less steps. So let's look at what matches and what doesn't match. The carbons don't match, the hydrogens don't match, and neither do the oxygens. Which one do we do first? Well, I'll tell you which one I'm not going to do first. I'm not going to try to change the O's. I'm going to change the O's only if I have to. Why? Because there's O's over here, oxygen, and there's oxygen here. So if you want to change oxygen on this side, you're not going to know at first, well, which one do I change? Okay, let's avoid it. Let's do the easy one. You know what's easy? Carbon. There's 2 carbon here, 1 carbon here. So let's change this one to a 2. If I put a 2 right here, now I have 2 carbon, but I also changed my oxygen. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 times 1 is 1. So I end up getting 5 oxygen. So let me erase this. I'll put a 5 right here. Carbons match, hydrogens don't match. Let's change the hydrogen. Well, we need to go from 2 to 4. Let's double this number. Let's go from 1 to 2. 2 times 2 H's is 4 H's, but we also change our O's. Okay? 2 times 1 would be 2. Don't forget plus, and we have here 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. So we have 6 oxygen. Again, how did I get 6? Because 2 times 2 gives me 4 oxygen. 2 times 1 is 2. 4 plus 2, we get 6 right here. All right, well, we're almost done. Look at that. Carbons are matching, hydrogens are matching, oxygen doesn't match. Well, lucky for us, there's only one of them that has oxygen. We need to turn this 2 into a 6. We have to triple it. So let's triple this number. Let's skip from 1 to 2. Let's go straight to 3. 3 times 2 is 6. And we stop. We have 2 carbons on the left. We have 2 carbons on the right. We started with 4 hydrogen. We ended up with 4 hydrogen. We began with 6 oxygen. We end up with 6 oxygen. Formula matches. Here is your final answer. 1 C2H4 plus 3 O2 will yield 2 carbon dioxides and 2 waters. That's it.